ABC 6 News at 11 starts with this breaking news alert.
Happening right now, we are taking a live look at Grant Medical Center. The team of doctors there treating two Mifflin Township police officers who were shot following a traffic stop tonight. We're learning that one of those officers is in critical condition and the other is in stable condition. Now, we've also seen a number of different law enforcement agencies arrive to show their support. Thanks for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Rodney Dunigan.
I'm Jessica Ralston. That shooting happened just about 4 hours ago. Police are still searching that scene for a suspect. The main scene in all of this at Mecca Road and Purdue Avenue, which is in Mifflin Township, not far from Linden. We begin our coverage now with Isabel Hansen, who's there live.
All right, thank you, Isabel. And we do want to get back to downtown Columbus. The officers are being treated at Grant Medical Center. Of course, Nick Veland has been there throughout the evening. Nick, if you can, kind of describe the mood down there tonight.
All of this comes just 2 days after the shooting death of Morrow County Deputy Daniel Shearer, and we're learning more about him tonight.
His coach says that he grew up in the Columbus area and went to Worthington St. Michael's for grade school, then went on to St. Charles for high school. We were there tonight as the baseball team held a moment of silence for the deputy as they played in the district finals. Jay Ryan says that he coached the deputy when he was on his son's 5th grade basketball team. He gave us a picture and says that he wore number 11. He says he can't remember a time that he wasn't smiling. All right, turning now to the forecast as we take a live look over downtown Columbus tonight. It is another cold and wet night across the city, but we're finally getting some relief tomorrow. Your Thursday is looking a whole lot better. Chief Meteorologist Marshall McPeak, of course, tracking it all for us tonight. Developing tonight, it appears that Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther plans to run for a 4th term. Jen Murphy, with his campaign, tells us that Mayor Ginther intends to run in 2027. She says the mayor is holding a campaign fundraiser in early June. Murphy says that he holds a couple of fundraisers a year, so this is nothing unusual. If Ginther runs and completes a 4th term, he will be tied for the longest serving mayor in the city's history. Right now, that title goes to his predecessor, Michael Coleman, who served for 16 years. We're following a very fluid situation after two Mifflin Township police officers were shot during a traffic stop. One
officer in critical condition, the other is stable. Isabel Hansen is live there in Mifflin Township tonight with a look at what's happening right now. News.
All right, thank you, Isabel. Developing tonight, Elon Musk is speaking out against President Trump's big, beautiful bill. The billionaire started to refocus on his own companies. Matt Gelka has the very latest from D.C.
Tomorrow, the first round of the Memorial Tournament will start at Muirfield Village.
And today, the Memorial Pro-Am took over the course, and that means sports director Dave Holmes ran into quite a few celebrities.
ABC 6 News at 6 on your side starts now.
It has been a somber day across central Ohio. Hundreds of people lining the streets to honor the life and legacy of a young deputy who was killed in the line of duty. He was honored with a procession as his body was taken to a funeral home in Mount Gilead. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Rodney Dunigan.
And I'm Jessica Ralston. That procession started this afternoon in Dayton, traveling more than 100 miles to Mount Gilead. Law enforcement, firefighters, and EMS from across central Ohio showing up in full support. Here you can see the procession leaving Dayton early this afternoon. Lights and first responders lining up in respect to the end of the procession when Deputy Daniel Shearer's body arrived in Mount Gilead.
And everyone showing up to support that young deputy, whether they knew him or not.
We were also there today following along that procession, and tonight we are on your side with live team coverage. Kirsten Lindquist is getting reaction from friends in the community as they brought the deputy home.
But first tonight, let's get to Tom Bosco. Tom, it has certainly been an emotional day, and you spoke with someone who knows firsthand what this community is going through tonight.
ABC 6 News.
All right, thank you, Kirsten. And tonight we're also learning a lot more about this deputy and the investigation into his death. The 31-year-old had been with the Morrow County Sheriff's Office for the past 4 years. This was his first job in law enforcement. He was responding to a domestic violence situation when he was shot and killed Monday night. We've learned a woman who lived with that suspect, Brian Wilson, ran to a neighbor's house to call 911. She was with that neighbor when that deadly shooting happened. Court records indicate that investigators reviewed body camera video showing the deputy trying to de-escalate that situation, but Wilson threatened him several times. And again, that suspect, 53-year-old Brian Wilson, is still recovering in the hospital from that shooting. He's facing aggravated murder charges. We're working to get an update on his condition. There's still no update on when he will be released from the hospital and booked into jail.
Also tonight, we're learning disturbing new details in the death of 6-year-old Eva Bretz.
The autopsy revealing the cause of death as homicidal violence. Now, you may remember the 6-year-old was rushed to the hospital on April 13th. Police were called because she was not breathing. The autopsy report indicates she suffered a pattern of violence, including abdominal trauma, a strangulation injury, and sexual assault injuries, and a trace amount of fentanyl was also in her system. Now, Blake Hutchison was charged with murder and endangering children in connection with the little girl's death. He killed himself when he was approached by police. Eva's mother, Ashley Fagan, is also facing charges. She is set to be in court next month. All right, the Stars were out in Dublin today. Some of the biggest names in sports and entertainment hit the course today to put their skills to the test.
And our Star Sports Director, Dave Holmes, is out there tonight. Hey, Dave.
Good evening. I'm Rodney Dunigan. We're following a number of developing stories tonight, including fresh insight into the investigation into the shooting of 2 Mifflin Township police officers. Ahead, what police body cam video is detailing about the moments it all happened and reaction from the law enforcement community tonight.
Well, we know it's coming, so at least we can plan ahead for it. We are expecting and we are tracking the next round of showers and thunderstorms coming up.
And the first round is officially underway at the Memorial Tournament in Dublin. We're on the course as some of the best golfers in the world showcase their skills in the Golden Bears one-of-a-kind tournament. Those stories and breaking news as it happens right now on Good Evening Columbus.
Good Evening Columbus on ABC 6 starts now.
Hey, heads up as we start tonight. Columbus police are investigating a shooting on the south side of the city. Right now, Frank Road is closed at High Street. Police responded to the report of a crash, then learned someone had fired shots at other cars. The suspects left the car at the scene and took off on foot. Police are looking for them right now. No reports of anyone getting hurt. And happening right now, the search is underway for the suspect accused of shooting 2 Mifflin Township police officers. Devontae Dixon is considered armed and dangerous. And tonight we're getting a look at newly released body cam video. Aaron Simonek has the full story. The Mifflin Township Police Chief says that one of those officers will be released from the hospital today. The other officer went into emergency surgery last night and was taken for another surgery today, so that officer has a long road to recovery. The police chief also indicating that this shooting has rocked that small community.
We are a small department. We're already understaffed. Losing 2 officers takes out 40% of my officers. I have to lean heavily on the sheriff's office.
The chief says the support from the community has been vital during this tough time. Happening right now, you are taking a live look outside the sheriff's office in Monroe County tonight. A candlelight vigil is set tonight to honor the life and legacy of Deputy Daniel Shear, who was shot and killed this week. That vigil is set to start in about an hour outside of the sheriff's office. The local sheriff's office is also collecting donations for the deputy's family. And tonight, we've also learned that funeral plans have been set for that deputy. The obituary was just released today. This is a new picture of him. In it, we learned that he leaves behind a fiancée who friends say was the love of his life. As for funeral plans, visitation will be next Tuesday, June 3rd from 1 till 7 at Northmore High School in Gallion. Funeral services will be next Wednesday at the high school at 11 a.m. with a private graveside service to follow. The deputy was shot and killed on Monday night. The sheriff says that he was responding to a domestic situation. Brian Wilson has been charged with aggravated murder in connection with this case. He was also shot during the incident and is recovering in the hospital tonight. And tonight we're learning a lot more about the deputy from those who knew him best. Kirsten Lindquist has that side of the story tonight. And tonight, Columbus police releasing body cam video following that shooting this weekend in the Short North. This all happened Saturday night at the height of the Memorial Day weekend. In the video, you can actually see police arriving and finding one of those victims. Take a look.
Where's the victim at? The victim is in there. They got cars there. He got shot. He got shot. Nah, just stand there.
Copy, person with 42 advised. 7413, almost 42.
All right, let's go, man.
Where
you got shot at?
You can see in this video here an officer talking to that victim. He went to Nationwide Children's Hospital. Police say he is expected to recover. All of this started just after 9 Saturday night, just outside of the Shake Shack restaurant. That's at the corner of North High and Warren. Police found the other victim on a side street not far away. Here's an officer's interaction with a man who saw what happened and talked to that victim.
You guys see anything or just come corner? No, we were just sitting there and heard shots right behind here. Where do you think they came from, if you have to guess? She said Shake Shack. I heard them right outside of Shake Shack. Was she here when she got hit? No, she was walking through and she's like, I got shot.
Now, that victim was taken to Grant Medical Center. They are also expected to recover. The names of both victims have not been released. We checked in with Columbus Police about the search for the suspect in this case. Right now, all they could tell us is that no one has been arrested in connection with this shooting. On New Tonight, 2 people have been indicted by the Fairfield County Grand Jury in the death of an 11-month-old baby. Jordan and Victoria Carroll are both charged with involuntary manslaughter, endangering children, and reckless homicide. No other information on what happened to the baby was listed in those court records. Of course, we'll keep you posted once we learn more. And breaking news out of Mercer County tonight, a fire broke out at St. John the Baptist Catholic Church. This is video sent to us from a viewer. We're working to learn more about what led to this fire. We were also sent a picture showing the smoke from across Grand Lake St. Mary. St. John is on the National Register of Historic Places. It was built back in the 1890s. This week has shown the dangers of being a first responder. Tonight we're getting insight on how those local heroes get vital help when they need it the most. Terry Sullivan has the full story. All right, turning to the forecast, Chief Meteorologist Marshall McPeak tracking things for us tonight. Marshall, it has been a beautiful day out there.
The afternoon turned really nice.
Yeah. Round 1 of the Memorial Tournament is complete. Tonight, Dave Holmes is there to talk about the player who's at the top of that leaderboard.